time. I wanted to take the time and make this video while I have time before my baby starts crying. It's about to be 3 weeks tomorrow. I want to give you guys an update on what's been going on over the last 3 weeks. I guess what to expect with the baby, what I didn't realize, things that have changed. So, first thing I want to talk about is sleep. Sleep has changed. Um, Last couple of weeks, she was sleeping. Basically, it was feeding, burping, changing diaper, her going to sleep, waking up, doing the same. Me waking up actually every 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever the case is, to feed her. That's the way it was before. Fast forward now, on the third week, which we're about to hit, she is up most of the day, and has a hard time sleeping at night. So now we're at the point where she's up for, when she gets up, she'll be up for maybe an hour, 2 hours, depending upon what I do or depending upon what she's doing. And then she'll fall back asleep, and then she'll wake up maybe sometimes half hour later. It's very intermittent sleep, um, as opposed to just knocking out REM sleep like she was last week. Um, this obviously affects me because that means I need to be up longer and I need to be doing things to entertain her, which is fine. That's not a problem. That's what you get into, right? That's what I signed up for. One of the things I want to talk about is pacifier. I have nothing against people that use pacifiers or don't use pacifiers. This is just the recommendation that I have. I don't even know if it worked out in the end, but she's using a pacifier and it soothes her. But I feel like it's evil at the same time. I hate to say it because once it falls out of her mouth, she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Screaming, 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 which has changed too. Um, so the pacifier thing. I did not want to use the pacifier, um, or my own personal reasons. I didn't want to have to like take it away at some point. Like, why get somebody to do something or get addicted to something that you have to change later? That's my mentality going into it. I realize my mentality going into this whole thing has been wrong, and I just need to learn my lessons as I go every day. Um, but I did not want to use pacifier for her. Just so happens that while we were in the hospital, second day, she gets wheeled back into me after seeing the nurse and getting her vitals checked, and she has a pacifier in her mouth. A pacifier in her mouth, which I nobody asked me. Um, wasn't part of my plan, like I said. Ever since that day, now that moment, you can see the difference in her. My friend, her uncle who was there, can tell you that you can see the difference in her. She took the pacifier, loved it. As soon as she took it out of her mouth, she started going crazy. I talked to the nurse. I said, "Look, I'm really not into the pacifier thing. Um, I hope this didn't um, mess things up for her future and my future plan." And the nurse basically told me that I'm gonna want to use a pacifier. It's a blessing. I don't understand. I should just deal with it. And I was like, okay, but this is my decision, and I don't want to use a pacifier. Fast forward to the next day, different nurse. Um, Baby comes back. I think they were doing vitals again, and she comes in and she's like, "Oh, she's feeling good because I gave her a pacifier with some sugar water on it." And I'm like, Why? You didn't ask me." Regardless, it happened. And since that day, I've been using the pacifier because I had no choice. So I use the pacifier to put her to sleep. I use it just to quiet her, to soothe her. It does soothe her. The problem is that she's only 3 weeks old, so she can't hold the pacifier. So if it falls out of her mouth, she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. And there's nothing like, it's very hard to console her. Screaming, screaming. The screams have changed. I think I'm starting to notice why she screams and what the different screams mean, but I'm not 100% sure yet. All I know is that she screams at the top of her lungs, like if she's gonna die, like if she's being murdered, all the time. That changed. Wasn't happening like that before, which could be the reason why I seem tired. Um, so yeah, screaming, top of her lungs, somebody's murdering her. Dad, come save me. That happens to be the majority of what I think it is. Because most of the time I am on top of her, changing her diaper, all that stuff, feeding her the basics. But sometimes she just wants dad. And sometimes dad is tired. So she'll scream and scream and scream. And then I will come and I will get her and she will immediately stop, which, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. She loves her dad, right? Sometimes it's not dad. Sometimes she wants the pacifier. It's the freaking pacifier. Normally I would curse, but I don't know. I'm not going to curse. It's the pacifier. So she's screaming at the top of her lungs. I'm running from where I am to try and see what's going on. And the only thing she wants is the pacifier. Excuse me. She has this thing where she will turn to the side and open her mouth. And turn to this side and open her mouth. Waiting for me to put the pacifier in her mouth. So that's why I think it's evil. Or I'm not sure. Because I'm sure people have better stories than I do. And I'm sure that when she's able to have control of her hands and put that pacifier in and keep it in all night long, or whatever the case may be, it'll be a different story. I'm just telling you what's going on per week 3. That's where we're at. It's pacifier time, scream time, and I need daddy time. Sleep for me has been, I'm not gonna lie, like I sleep. I do sleep. I'm getting into a pattern. I know how to console her or how to put her to bed, I guess you can say. She loves to be next to me. Like she loves for me to hold her right next to my body. She loves to rock. She's currently rocking right now in her rocker, which is the only reason why she's calm. If not, she'd be screaming. So, yeah. Well, the screaming, I want to talk about it a little bit. Here's what's messed up about the screaming. First of all, it's piercing. Like it drives you crazy. It makes you want to go crazy. I'm not embarrassed to say this because I've heard some of my clients tell me this, and I'm a bad father or I'm a bad mother because my baby screams and I don't like it when she screams, or I get really angry when she screams. And I used to tell people, you're not a bad person. That's normal. And people used to tell me, oh, you don't have any kids, you don't understand. I used to be like, when I have a kid, if I change my tune, then you can call me out. I'm not changing my tune. It's okay to get frustrated. I just text one of my clients and I said, because whatever, I don't want to get into my client's information, but text one of my clients and said, I'm at the stage where I want to bang my head in the door every time I hear her scream. But it is what it is. I signed up for it. And I think that might be why I'm able to take it, I think, easier. But anyway. That's number 1 of why the screaming is so intense. Number 2, your daughter's freaking screaming and you don't understand why. That's the second most important, or what makes it so distressing for me. Excuse me. Or for a parent, I would assume. Is that your child screaming at the top of her lungs again, to the point where she's like, like she can barely breathe, and you don't know why. It's very heartbreaking. You think you're doing something wrong. You think, if I pick her up, am I going to spoil her? If I give her the pacifier, is she going to become dependent? If I don't pick her up, am I neglecting her? These are just questions that go through my mind every day, every single day. I'm not gonna lie, I have my thoughts. Am I being a good father? ChatGPT, for some reason, has become my friend, because I will text it, or I will not speak to it, but I will type in it and ask it, is this okay? Is that okay? Etc. Etc. So yeah, screaming, changed, sleeping, changed, staying up, changed. Here are some beautiful things. She still recognizes my voice, which I love. Still smiling. I notice she smiles more often. I know more about her. I know, like, when she's having a gassy moment, or when she just, like I said, she just wants to be with me. I still love spending time with her, despite the fact that sometimes I want to bang my head in the wall. But again, that's normal. I don't take it out on her. There's nothing that she can do about it. The fact that I don't understand what she's going through does not mean that she's a bad person or that she needs to be yelled at or anything like that. Um, I'll take a break if I need to. I just want to stress that even though I feel like I want to bang my head against the wall, I never have not yet once, factually speaking, taken it out on her. There might be times where I'm feeling that way and I'm feeding her, and maybe I don't speak to her as often as I would, but I'm not nasty to her. And again, I'm just a person being honest about my journey. So you can judge me if you want, but this is what's working for me, and this is how I'm doing what I'm doing. Um, yeah, I had a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. I put crying and why it bothers you, which is what I just talked about. It's the piercing noise. It's the fact that it's your baby and you feel helpless. Like I can't stop her from crying. Like, or is she gonna cry and destroy her lungs? Again, these are things that are going through my head. Um, Changing her schedule. We spoke about for her having a hard time sleeping. I spoke about pacifiers. I really love for you guys to actually, excuse me, comment and let me know what you guys think about, especially about the pacifier thing. Like, do you have this experience? Am I evil for saying that pacifiers are evil? Am I wrong? Is it just, should I just be waiting for the next milestone? Like, I don't know. Oh, a couple of other things I changed. I did decide to get breast milk from a donation. I'm going to say it wrong, so I'm sorry. Um, a milk bank is the appropriate term. So they have these milk banks where women who have given birth recently and for whatever reason have extra breast milk or have fed their children and they don't want to give them breast milk, they will donate their breast milk to a bank, to a hospital usually. And then the hospital will give it to people who are kids who need to have breast milk. In my case, because I have a surrogate, and I didn't have, well, I had the option of having breast milk with my surrogate, but there was so much miscommunication in the hospital. I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but so I decided I had wanted to use breast milk from the beginning, and told my surrogate that. First couple days in the hospital, if you don't know about breast milk, there's something called colostrum, which is like this the really beneficial nutritional antibodies that come from the breast milk, which is like within the first couple days, maybe a week. I might be off. I think it's 2 days only. Um, and I had asked my surrogate to pump for me. When we were at the hospital, there was some miscommunication. My surrogate didn't pump the first 2 days, 3 days, because she was in the hospital for 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days. The nurses asked her to, and she just, I don't know. I don't know why. So, flash forward to now, I decided to go with a bank to get breast milk. Reason being because I need those antibodies. I want my child to have some antibodies besides just me exposing her to going to Walmart or going outside and creating antibodies on her own. So we started breast milk. It's expensive. I don't think I can keep doing it, but that changed. They sent, I would go to the place that's in Florida, picked it up, give it to you, frozen, obviously, and in these containers, which I can show you. Yeah, so we can, if you want me to talk about that, I'll make a video about breast milk, but I've added breast milk into her diet, I guess you can say, into her feeding. She hasn't had an issue with it. She takes it fine. Makes me feel good. So that's that. She poops less. Sometimes once a day. Sometimes once every 2 days. I looked this up. This is normal. Everybody keeps saying, oh, she needs to poop every day, 6 times a day, all this stuff. And I don't know. I don't know if people gave me bad advice. I don't know if I listened to bad stuff, but this girl, she'll pee. She used to. I used to be worried because she wasn't peeing. Now she pees 10 times a day. No, I'm exaggerating. Maybe 8 times a day, 6 times a day, and poops once. And when she poops, it's a huge poop, a huge ass poop. Sometimes it seeps out of her diaper and goes all over her. It's been on my bed. It is what it is. I laugh is because I know it's weird, but it's my child. Who cares? Like, poop on my bed, girl. Whatever you gotta do. Probably my fault because I didn't put enough pads. Anyway, so that changed. As you can see, she brings me joy when I speak about her. As frustrated as I look, I have not gotten a haircut because I don't want to go to the barber with her. I did shave a little bit on my own, but as frustrated and as messed up as I probably look, point being is that she still brings me joy. I love her to death. I would do anything for her, so that hasn't changed. Um, yeah. There's one other thing I wanted to bring up, and I can't remember what it is. And it was kind of important. Oh, it's not really. One other thing is she rolls. She sleeps on her side now. She doesn't roll, but she sleeps on her side. So she sleeps like up against the bassinet like that. So I have her. I looked up some videos. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. There was one night where I was feeling really frustrated, and I needed help, and I looked up some videos, and these people, I don't want to shout them out, but they're two nurses. They have a YouTube account. They really helped me because what they tell me is to trust yourself and trust your child, and that you and your child have your own relationship that's different from anybody else and their child. Listen to your child when she talks to you or when he talks to you. And I've started doing that, and it helps. Like, I listen to her tell me when she's hungry. I listen to her tell me when she needs to have her diaper changed instead of me assuming and going around all crazy all the time thinking that that's what needs to be done. And I know it kind of sounds crazy that I went into this thinking that I would kind of have a bigger control on her, but she's kind of controlling me. Or I was going to take a bigger initiative and do this and do that, but now I'm letting her tell me her story. And I'm going with her story. Like, girl, you want to cry? Let's talk about it. You want to cry? Cry. Etc. Etc. You're crying because I can see you moving your mouth. I can see you want to eat. Let's eat. You just ate 2 hours ago. What's going on? I mean, an hour ago. What's going on? So I have a relationship now. I've learned to develop a relationship with her and to let her tell me what's going on. I mean, not assume. It helps me with a lot of anxiety. I can tell you that. I think that's all I got. I really would like for you guys to like and subscribe and to comment, because sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of support. Shout out to my friends that do support me. Love you guys. But as you can see, I'm doing most of this alone, and the comments help. Sometimes somebody left me a comment yesterday in the morning, and it really helped me when I was feeling like crap. And it also helps me to know that I'm helping somebody else. Like, I when on YouTube, I see that other people do stuff like this. I didn't realize that. I'm a little different because I had a baby with a surrogate. I'm gay. I'm a therapist. There's different perspectives that I have. But in general, I really hope this helps somebody. Like, even if not today, in the future, somebody that's going through it. If you're in your third week, like me, comment. Let's talk. Like, I need somebody to talk to. That's the other thing. Here's one last thing. I'm so bored. Like, when she's asleep, when I don't need to do anything with her. I miss going out. I was never a going out person. People used to make fun of me because I used to just be in bed all day or work and then stay in. I just went out today because I live in Florida. It's 82 degrees. I know it's probably not warm everywhere, but it felt so good to be out. When I went to Walmart the other day, it felt so good to be out. Like, you need your out time. You need your adult time, or I need my adult time. I did it with her, and it felt good too. But yeah, talk to me if you want. Engage. I think that's all I gotta say. Tomorrow's 3 weeks. It's been a rough 3 weeks. It's feels like it's been a year, but it's okay. Life goes on. This was my gift. This was my destiny. I'm gonna leave it at that. Take care.